So I need to call because we won the election. The people of Kogi voted for us. But of course, the federal commissioner from INEC bungled the election in favor of Ayabelo's candidate. So we have all the evidence and I identify. Thank you very much.
I'm disappointed because around 12 o'clock today I learned that the certificate of return have been given to Ododo. But let me tell the whole world that we have written a comprehensive petition to INEC seeking for the review of the election in 3 local governments in particular, where the sensitive result was released or leaked and filtered up and taken to the polling unit before the election. INEC as an institution acknowledged this breach. On the 11th, INEC releases its own press release acknowledging these breaches. On the 12th, they did the same and promised to look into it. And they are aware that in the entire central of Kogi State, the result sheet was compromised by their own officers. The INEC chairman said clearly that they have specifics in terms of number of individuals that were giving materials for this election, their names, their details, and their locations. They are going to investigate them. The 3 local governments that are in disputes, INEC also captured them in their own press release. What is rational to any, even irrational human being, is the fact that you consider as an institution something went wrong. You told the whole world you are going to look into it. But you did it selectively. You picked few polling units and decided to cancel them. And you allowed the large chunk of the areas where this dubious behavior took place. I really don't know if we are practicing democracy or we are practicing allotocracy. Because what happened is allocations of votes, and they could not reconcile those votes in their IRF. It is there for everybody to see, including the international community. I don't think there was any election that have called to question the integrity of INEC in recent history than the one that took place in Kogi. Because the law says that once the result sheet is compromised, the election in that polling unit should be cancelled. The law also says that if the result sheet has been mutilated, the election in that council, in that polling unit, should be cancelled. Those are the laws, and they are very clear. Of what interest, we don't know. We have engaged government very decently, very responsibly, very maturely. We have drawn the attention of the President and Commander-in-Chief. He is in charge of all deployments. We have advised that conducive environment is needed for his own credibility to restore the dignity of INEC. Because INEC is not independent of executive, is an arm of executive, INEC. It's an arm of executive. Our appeal have worked a little bit somehow, because like in Kogi, to be precise, there was massive security deployment. That imperialism that was exhibited by the state actors was reduced. So we thought that INEC will catch into that and make sure that the election is transparent, is honest, is sincere, so the Nigeria trust can still bounce back on INEC. Look at the voters' apathy. Are we not ashamed? Is INEC not ashamed? What's the total number of digital voters in Kogi State? What is the total number of the turnout? In Imo, the same thing. In Bayelsa, the same thing. We have total number of over 90 million registered voters in Nigeria. What was the total vote that produced the president? Are we not ashamed as a people? Is the system not collapsing gradually? So we thought that, and we still believe, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will adjust his seat, will look at the issue passionately, will look at the nation passionately. Of recent, he has been making statements that I feel is presidential statement. He has been issuing deterrence verbally. We want to see it in action. We want culprits to be punished. We want deterrence to be established. That is the only way he can sit down comfortably and take decisions as a president. Otherwise, it's close to impossible. Let me remind you, Jonathan, after swearing in, less than 1 year into his tenure campaign started, because legitimacy was lost. There was a loss of legitimacy. We don't want that to happen. People are choked up, people are suffocated. The political space is suffocated. You cannot just suffocate the entire country simply because some of your advisors are telling you nothing will happen, heaven will not fall. We have not seen heaven falling, but we have seen countries falling. We have seen crises enveloping and killing people because of injustice. It's still happening around the world. We don't want that to happen in Nigeria. And out of passion and commitment, we've been advising the president, we've never taken the president in a negative way. So what we expect the president is to do the right thing, and nothing else. If the president said this thing will be corrected, it will be corrected. It's not an interference. Because if there's a breach of the law, it's the executive that's supposed to stand firmly and say, no, you breached the law. And it must be corrected. And they have no option than to correct it. But when the executive develops nonchalant attitude, lawlessness is going on, then we are all in trouble. That's what we are saying. So it's not for the president, but as a party, we have done the best. We have engaged them, we have discussed with them, we have told them. So they ought to have acted in a way that they will gain our trust and our confidence.